All right, perfect. Thanks, Catherine. I appreciate everyone's time this morning. I just want to, as Catherine mentioned, go over a couple of things within the help desk, more on the managerial side today. I will introduce just a few things. I'm going to share my screen. I guess that might help here. Catherine, can you see the login page just to make sure I'm okay there?
Yep, I sure can.
Okay, perfect. And so I'm going to spend the majority of the time today on the webinar just going over some of the reporting, some of the managerial tools that we have built into the help desk, not only to help you make better business decisions maybe, but also show some of your statistics, automate it a little bit, make life a little bit easier for you when it comes to your day-to-day help desk activity. And so I want to do that. I am going to just kind of mention a few of the basics as far as the help desk goes as well as an introduction. This is a web-based system. Once again, whether it's on-premise or it's hosted by us, we can push this out over the web to your users, to your technicians, to your managers. There is an end-user portal. I'm not going to get much into that today, but if you wanted to allow users to go on and fill out a very simple form for help, for a request, whatever it might be, you do have that ability. Now, being web-based, it's also mobile compatible, which is huge. iPhones, Droids, Blackberries, iPads, iPod Touch with Wi-Fi. A lot of times technicians are on the go, and so we kind of thought, well, why wouldn't your help desk be on the go as well? And so it's very compatible with those type of devices. I personally use the iPad and the iPhone, and I love it. A very simple interface, create tickets, update tickets, close tickets, right there from a handheld device, wherever you might be. Some basic integration points. We integrate with your email for notifications, that would go out throughout the process of the ticket. We also integrate with your directory, whether that's Active Directory, eDirectory, even an open LDAP directory. We would be able to integrate there, not only to pull in information on the users, which I'll show, but also for authentication. If you want to allow users to log in, you don't have to recreate login ID and passwords for them. We simply just authenticate with your directory for that so that you're not maintaining separate databases. Now, as mentioned, I'm going to go ahead and jump in here to the managerial side of the help desk and talk about some of the reports. If you do have some specifics about maybe some day-to-day stuff, as Catherine mentioned, feel free to throw that into the chat, and I can go over some specific scenarios too, if you would like, based on our time here that we have. But I'm going to go in right away into the reports, and then I'll talk about, and I'll kind of move back towards the tickets. But there's two types of reports that you can build within our system: data reports and graphical reports. Data reports are going to look a lot like this, right? My contact name, created date, statuses. I mean, you have your columns. You can filter your data, which I'll get into. But I want to start here on the graphical side. You'll notice first off that I have some reports that I've already built, and you'll even notice that I have a schedule that says reoccurrence not set. And I'll kind of explain what that means here in just one second. The first one I'm going to kind of look at is what I like to call trending by category. A lot of times, we'd like to know where we're spending our time, how many issues are coming in, and what type of problem it is. Big key here, maybe we can identify some areas where we can train in. We can eliminate some of these calls that continue to come in. And so if I come in here, and this one is an HTML format. I'm going to go into edit mode in just one second and kind of show you some of your options here. But this is kind of the end result. I've trended this by category, and you can put a date on this. Let's say this is for the week. And so we've closed 58 tickets this week, and I've broken it down by the types of problem that we've seen. And we've also broken our time down where we can see where we're spending our time as well. Now, if I come in here, let's see, I have 37 hardware tickets. That's maybe a concern, right? What's going on there? If I choose hardware, it actually will drill down into the specific types of hardware, subcategories, I guess we should call them. And like I said, I'm going to go back and show you this ticket and how we're able to kind of classify this, but I wanted to start here at the end result. But, it looks like we have a lot of boot problems, a lot of computer problems, keyboard, a couple of printer issues here. If I drill down again into boot problem, you'll notice that I have a list of tickets. I can even open these tickets right here from the report. I don't have to go back into the help desk and look up ticket number 1 or number 15. I can do it right from here, update it, make a note, whatever I might want to do, I can do from the report. It turns out this might not be a boot problem. This might be a Nikki Patterson problem. And so we have some good information here. It looks like we may need to go visit Nikki and do a little bit of training of how to boot your computer so that we can make sure that these maybe calls aren't coming in as often as they are. Now, if I come back here, I'm going to go into edit mode. You notice that I drilled down. You're not limited to what I showed. You don't just have to go and say, oh, I can only break this down by the type of problem that it is. You notice here when I come to grouping, I actually can group this report in a variety of different ways. Really what my filter is show me the closed tickets for the week, but I'm going to break this down by category, or I could break this down by location, or maybe by technician, right? You want to know what your technicians did. Maybe this is a filter for open tickets, and you want to see where your technicians are at, what they're doing, what they currently have on their plate. We'd be able to show that as well. Priorities, statuses, you have some different options. You'll remember that when I drilled down, I went into a category option or a subcategory. If I come in here, I can change that. I can do this by status, priority, technician, a lot of the same options so that I can really view my data and manipulate it how I would like. A lot of times we use this data to make better business decisions, and so we wanted to give you the opportunity and the ability to come in and really drill down into some specifics if you wanted to. If you come down here, different formats, PDF, HTML, Excel, CSV, you can do this in a variety of ways. Pie charts, bar charts. I have a personal preference to bar charts. I don't know why, but I do, and so that's what I like. But you have some different things there. Run this on a schedule. This is a pretty unique and cool tool. Let's say that instead of coming in and running this every Monday morning, we can just simply have it emailed to you, or maybe every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Okay, we'll send out this email. Now, you can also send this out to a principal, maybe once a month. Here's your principal's report, or here's your boss report, managerial super, whatever it might be. We can automate this as well, so that you're not spending the last day of the month creating and sending out reports manually. We can get this automated for you and let you get back to the things that you do that are important as far as helping end users go. And like I said, any type of reoccurrence, monthly, yearly, weekly, biweekly, every other day, whatever it might be. Now, if I come back here, I have another example. This one's, I believe, in PDF format. Let me open this up here. This is just a different format just to kind of show you. I've broken this down by location. We currently have 16 open tickets, and I can see this by the different locations that I have. You then have the opportunity to drill down again, and you can break this down in different ways that you want as far as what you want to be able to see. You can get down into the individual tickets. And so there's some options there as far as this goes. Catherine, I'm going to apologize to you up front. I deleted my dashboard yesterday when going through a webinar, and so I apologize. What we can do is that we can, if those are interested in seeing those, there is a video on our website. You can even go onto our website and view some of the dashboards that we offer. Not only can you do graphs with the dashboards, but you can also go ahead and do like different widgets, speedometers, thermometers. I mean, there's some different things that you're able to do. The great thing about dashboards is this, is a lot of times you guys have 3, 4, reports that you want to view throughout the day. A lot of volume and aging, type reports. Show me tickets that are older than 3 days, or how many tickets do we have at different schools, or break it down by technician for me. Well, instead of going in and running 4 different reports all day long, you can simply just put it in the dashboard. Open that dashboard up. I believe it updates every 10 to 15 seconds, and so it's really close to real time. And you can get a quick glance at maybe some problem areas, or kind of see what the workload is like for your staff that you currently have in the help desk, and you can kind of just take a quick look at it. Some of our customers even will throw it up on an LCD screen for in the main office for users to maybe take a glance at to see how busy you really are, or whatever it might be. And so you can have multiple dashboards. We limit you, I think, to 4 reports per dashboard. But like I said, you could really have as many as you'd like. At the end of the day, just to make life a little bit easier for you without having to go in. All filtering, like if I come in here and do a data report, I'm not going to spend much time here. But when I come in here, I can really customize this report however I'd like and run this filter however I would like. My view is right here. Here are the different fields that I want to see within my my data report. Now, if I filter this, let's say that I want to see contact name, right? I could come in and I could run a filter for contact name, and you'll notice it's now been added here. And so there are additional fields, including custom fields, that I have the ability to filter and show within the system, even any time frame that I would like. If I come in here, I might say I want to do this for today, this week, this month, a range, the last 3 hours, 4 days, 5 weeks, whatever it might be. So really any time frame that I'd like to show as well. You can even filter and add custom fields to this. I think, where is it at? Did you spill Coke on your keyboard again, right? This is a custom field that we've put within the ticket itself, but just know that you do have the ability to come in here and run filters and reports on custom fields as if they were a standard field, which is fantastic. And so if there's data that you need that maybe we aren't capturing in some of our standard fields, you have the ability to go in and probably in 3 to 5 seconds build a field that you can add to the form so that you're able to capture that sort of data as well. We really don't limit you in any way when it comes to the filtering of regular or custom fields that you do have. Now, what's nice about this is I can create a filter right here. Now, my saved filters are up here. So if I ever want to come in here and I want to go ahead and see one of my filters that I've saved, I can come in. This is actually like an assigned not updated that's older than 3 days. It's something I've assigned to a staff member to take care of that has not been updated in the 3 days since I've assigned it. And so I could get a quick glance. Now, another thing that we allow you to do, which is I think is pretty awesome, is that if I come back to my main ticket screen, you'll notice that this has actually been added as a tab. This is a custom tab. If I want to see one of my reports on a day-to-day basis, I'll even add another one. Let's say I go here to Add Tab. I go through my saved filters or saved reports that I have. Let's say that we're having some issues out there at one of the locations. And so I want to just take a quick or maybe a closer look at this location for a few days. So I add that filter as a tab. I come back here to my screen, and I've now added that view as a new tab within the system. A lot of times you have specific types of views that you like to see within the system. And so we don't want to just limit you to maybe assignments tab or a team queue tab or just a standard managerial tab where I'm seeing what everyone's doing within the department. We want to open it up and allow you to see custom tabs, custom fields, break data down really however you would like when looking at your day-to-day tickets and processes that you have there within your organization. I hope I'm making sense to you. Once again, any questions that you have, feel free to shoot those across, and I can clarify anything that you would like. If I come to the ticket, I'm just going to spend a second here and just explain this ticket. I'm in as a technician, once again. If I were an end user, it would be more simplified. They don't have the rights to view all fields within the form for pretty obvious reasons, which I'll show. The group. I guess this is kind of a side note, but this system does have the ability to service multiple departments. A lot of you probably have other departments that like to use this sort of system. Some call it a help desk, some call it a work order system, a tracking system. Really the key is that our system can handle multiple departments with rights separating these departments, meaning you don't see maintenance tickets, they don't see your tickets, you don't report on each other's tickets unless given rights to do so. All customization, all fields, all drop-downs are configured by the group, and so you can really have your own forms. If I choose maintenance and I come in here, you'll notice that I'm only looking at maintenance. But if I come back to IT, which we're talking about, and I come into my different fields that I have, you're now looking specifically only at IT type issues. And so know that that functionality is available. Now, real quick, we are pulling information from Active Directory. Like if let's say that I have Nikki on the phone, she's a frequent caller. I choose Nikki's name, it comes in here, and it will pull information from your directory automatically on that user. I would then come in here and fill this out. Once again, all drop-downs are configured by you within this form. You don't be thrown off by what I have in here. It's completely customizable. It would literally take you a couple of seconds to come in and add lists of categories and category options. We do have the custom fields, which I've talked about a little bit, where if I choose a certain type of issue, you often have additional questions that you like to ask. Is it plugged in? Is it turned on? Did you reboot your computer? Which are very handy when it comes to maybe getting as much information as you can from the user on the first call and you're also able to obviously track that as well. Priorities and statuses are also configured by you, and so don't be thrown off by what I have when it comes to the different statuses and priorities that you would like within the ticket. I'm going to kind of conclude here with just one more managerial area. I want to talk about ticket templates. I feel that this is probably one of the best features within the help desk. A ticket template is a pre-populated ticket. There's 3 different ways that our system uses templates, or that you can build templates and use them in. The first deals with help desk. The other 2 are a little bit outside of help desk, and I'll kind of explain what I mean by that. It's really designed to make life easier through automation. And so the first one I'll talk about is help desk. We call it a quick ticket. Now, you're seeing a bunch of departments here, and I mentioned that there's rights and security that separated them. I have rights to these departments for my demo, and so once again, if that's a concern for you, you would only see your own department when setting this up. But if I come back in here to my templates, let's say someone has called for a reset username password. Well, instead of creating a blank ticket, all I have to do is come here to the template, which is, maybe this is great for your top 10, your top 15 frequent calls that come in. It would probably take you longer to fill out a ticket than to solve the problem. And so we wanted to find this efficient way where you can document everything you do, because there's a lot of value in that, regardless of how easy it is. And so this opens up a pre-populated ticket. Ignore my custom fields. I apologize, they're blank. I just was playing around yesterday with this and added a few fields. But if I come in here, all I have to do is input who the user is, and then I hit launch. And this will go into the system at the status that I have defaulted. I could override it if I want. I'm saying, hey, I did this. I took care of this. It goes into the system as a completed issue. This might be a printer issue that someone still needs to look at. It's just a common one. And instead of filling that out from scratch, I simply just, printer, ink cartridge issue, and then I hit the template so it's pre-populated. Now, the other 2 are a little bit outside of help desk. And what I mean by that is we realize you don't just help people all day. You have a lot of things that you do that people don't know about: upgrades, updates, projects, tasks, right? A lot of things happening. Well, we wanted to find an efficient and automated way to get those type of issues into the system as well, because it would be able to show a true workload and time spent, things like that. And so if I come in here, the first one I'm going to show is a database backup. This is an example of a reoccurring task. Let's say that Catherine, who's our awesome support manager, has a task that she does once a month. What she can do is she can come in here and she can build a ticket for that, and then she could put it on a reoccurrence. She could even assign it out to other people within her staff as well. But if I come in here, I can say, hey, you know what, on the first day of every month, I want this particular task or ticket sent to this individual to take care of. Number 1, great reminder. Number 2, you're documenting it. Dear Mr. Supervisor, dear Mr. Superintendent, let's say, here's how much time we spend helping people, but here's how much time we spend maintaining, upgrading technology within the organization as well. And that's any time frame you'd like. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, every other day, whatever it might be, on the 3rd of the month, on the 4th of the month. You have a variety of options. A lot of organizations will also use this for preventative maintenance stuff. Checking filters, once a month, once a week, for maintenance departments, maybe, servicing furnaces quarterly, whatever it might be. You have the ability to come in and set those reoccurring tasks. All right. Now, lastly, I want to talk about the third one, which is what we call a workflow template. The example here is a new hire. The system has the ability to do what we call parent-child ticketing, where, I'm going to back up for just a sec. If I come in here to a ticket, a parent ticket, this is a project management term. A parent ticket is kind of like the project. Well, within a project, there's often a bunch of different tasks that go on within that project. And instead of passing this ticket around, not knowing maybe where we're at with it, what we can do is we can create these sub-tickets or these child tickets right here, where we can come in and we can define the different tasks that are happening. Now, if I open this, this is assigned. It's its own ticket. It's assigned to an individual to take care of. You, as the manager of this project, can come in here and see where we're at, what's going on, who's next. I believe that we can even come in here and add different views so that you could see the status from this page, things like that, the dates, when they're due. This is a pretty generic form that I've set up here. But what's nice is you're not out there looking for 5 or 6 tickets, that are associated to this. You can actually see this view from one ticket, and you can see, where the tasks are at. Now, if I come back to the templates, the reason I show that is that we can automate when those assignments go out. And so I'm going to go into edit mode. For instance, a new hire. When you have a new hire, there's all these things that happen. We need maintenance to put in a desk. We need to put in a computer and phone. We need to go ahead and get someone out there to give them their email and their passwords, add them to the directory. You have a lot of different things. These are each their own ticket assigned to an individual. Well, if I come here to the workflow, I can actually determine when I want the certain tickets created and assigned. Step 1, we have human resources launch the parent ticket with all the new user info. Well, right away we come in here and we can see the next series of, we need maintenance to put in a desk. We need to put in them into the directory. But once those are completed, then we send out the next series of phases or steps within the project. And so I think you get the idea. You can drag and drop these tickets in any order that you like. Really the idea is how many times have you shown up with a computer and there's no desk? And so that's kind of one of the areas where we wanted to maybe not only make it a little bit more efficient for you, but also allow you to collaborate with other departments within these projects as well, which often happen, whether it's electrical or furniture or whatever it might be. I'm going to check my chat here. All right, I think that I'm getting hooked up here with the dashboard, so I can show the dashboard. Let me see. I'm going to try to show you the dashboard. Somebody just sent me the link so I can get into the dashboard. I think that this is actually on our demo site. All right, so give me a second to get this thing going, and then I can go ahead and show that. But Catherine, if you'll let me know if there's been any other questions that I might be able to answer while I'm getting that set up, I would appreciate it. I've kind of gone through, a little bit different. For those of you that maybe have attended webinars in the past, we focus more on the managerial side to this in creating some automation and looking at some metrics and reports that are critical for you.
Right now, Gus, I don't see any questions coming through.
Okay. Give me just 1 second, and then I think the dashboard, let me know when you can see the dashboard. Kathy, can you see that dashboard? Okay. And so this is just a quick example. I appreciate Amy, who's also with us, for sending that over to me. But this is just a few examples of maybe a quick view that you want to be able to see within the dashboard. And these are customizable. These are just some basic examples that we've thrown together. I could make this a little bit bigger, I guess, as well, if you wanted to look at it that way. And so here's some of the things. It looks like there's a chat that's come across, and is it planned to enhance the reporting functionalities in the future? To be honest, I'm not sure of the roadmap. Catherine, you might be able to take a glance at that. I know that with version 10, they've included some more functionality when it comes to the reporting, which I really didn't get into much as far as things that you want to be able to filter here with the new version. I'm not sure of the roadmap. We could definitely get back with you, Dominic, and let you know some specifics if you have some specific questions or areas that you're looking to be able to do.
Actually, Gus, in response to that question, we're actually in the process of getting that roadmap together so that we can give time frames as to when those updates will be made. So Dominic, as soon as we get those done, probably here in the next week or so, I can go ahead and send those to you.
Thanks, Catherine. Catherine, I've kind of, I guess, done what I wanted to, showed what I wanted to show. And so if we can wait around for a few more minutes for those that have questions, once again, if you're interested in pricing information or you would like a one-on-one webinar where we can go through the whole system, we would be happy to do that as well. Just let us know.
Okay, thanks, Gus. And like he said, earlier, if you want to go in and view those dashboards in more detail, you can go to our website and view videos on that. Let me just, Gus, did you turn that back over to me?
Let me do that right now. I apologize. Catherine, it looks like another question came in that I want to answer real quick.
Oh, okay.
How deep can you drill down the custom categories for reporting? I saw hardware printer. What about hardware printer fuser? Within the graphs, there's limits to the amount of drill downs that you can do, but within the filtering, as far as data reports go, you can absolutely filter as far as you would want, where not only can we see if it's hardware printer, but we could also drill down and, we could see the different types of printer issues that you might be able to do. And so it really depends on setup, but we would be able to filter down so you can be very specific with the types of problems that, not only is it hardware printer, but you can, determine what types of printer, and you can even go down a few more steps from there if you wanted with the data reports. And so I guess my answer to that is yes, you would be able to be very specific with the type of problem or ticket that it is when it comes to reporting.